All right, Trump's tariff diplomacy is now crushing his Democratic critics, and that's the subject of the riff. President Trump in Saudi Arabia picked up another $600 billion in investment to onshore new American factories and jobs in order to make America great again.
This is beyond the noise. When have you seen any president move the way President Trump is moving? Most presidents move the way a ministry leader would move, the way a pastor would move. The money would come in, it'll come in like tax dollars, and the money is spent in many different ways. And we've seen that same principle with the government. Money comes in, money is spent many types of ways. And we've learned that there's a lot of fraud because Doge have verified it. And it may be fraud even in the ministry way of doing business because it looks identical. But the thing that Trump is doing different, he's getting rid of the privileged economy. He's getting rid of the grant economy, the welfare economy, the Section 8 economy. This economy is a businessman economy, an entrepreneur economy, a Timberland bootstrap economy. This economy is totally different. When you look at the nations that are coming into an agreement, they are ready to pay money. On his Saudi Arabia experience, President Trump was able to get a pledge of $500 billion. And from that, you have people that are complaining about a $400 million plane. But in return, when you're talking about the billions, and that number will continue based on these policies, based on how things were in the past, nations wasn't paying for it, but the citizens were in the tax dollars. So we do see a flip that's occurring. We see increase that's occurring according to the services that these nations want to provide to this economy known as the American economy. You also have, not only in that area of Saudi Arabia, you have an additional $500 billion. 500 and 500 in the billions will get you to $1 trillion. But that would be through Apple. Now, Apple has pledged that in America. It was brought to a correction to me that no, it wasn't America. It was India. India has a sweetheart deal. In so many words, what they was pushing was that Trump wasn't able to get these type of benefits. Look, that Trump derangement, get that behind you because it's going to be very difficult for you to prosper. That orange man bad, put that behind you as well. It's going to be very difficult for you to prosper. Focus on America the way everyone else is because the money is on the street. The money is no longer in the benefits of the government. Even the politicians are going to have to get their act together because it's changed. The threat that is being brought to the pharmaceutical industry, it is no more gravy train. It is no more free money. Even when you deal with those people that are lobbyists, there's no money for them either. They're going to have to get into this bootstrap, Brogan, Timberland economy. This is a working man's economy. And what's also interesting about this working man's economy, the people that were willing to do it for lower wages will do it when Americans don't. Well, Americans will do it, but not at those lower wage prices. Money is coming to America. Money is flowing to America. Get ready. Get your thoughts together. Concentrate on how your business is going to be able to thrive in this area. And if you don't have a business, figure out how you can participate in one. Come up with something. Talk to people. Get with a think tank and see how to deal with this because the season has changed. There's no more sitting on the sideline. And if you are sitting on the sideline, to my understanding, you got about a year, maybe two, and you're being kicked off the sideline and put into the game. That's what this Trump economy is doing. This is unlike anything that we as Americans have seen. You have Apple with their 500 billion, and that Apple breakdown is going into technology training, is going into new warehouses that they're going to be building around the country. Several states are going to be benefiting from this. It's all documented. You can go to the Apple press release on their website and you will see that information of what they're planning on doing. That is the season that we're in. We're in a season right now where it is unlike anything that we have seen. Money's going to be flowing in such a way. And also, too, the accountability. The accountability when it comes to families. The accountability when it comes to our bodies and our choices. We're in an accountability season as well. That's what makes it so difficult, because so many of us have never had to be accountable. Well, we're at a time right now where it is accountability. And many may say, well, Trump wasn't accountable in the past. Well, what politician that we can point to after we've learned so much about him that has been accountable? And I'll give that to you about Trump not being accountable. But one thing that we can say, by his actions and the things that he is doing, he has repented. He's doing things different. And he's putting the pressure on everyone else. He's throwing bricks at glass houses and daring people to throw it back at him. There's a Democrat out of Michigan, Muslim guy, and he is trying to get an impeachment going because of the jumbo plane that Trump is receiving. So he's trying to do an impeachment. And to show you how negative that's going for him, his own party is saying that this is a publicity stunt. Wow. Give me one of those. Subscribe. We're Beyond the Noise, a subsidiary of Kingdom Builders Ministry. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again.